So I just heard that Tom Hardy was sacked from his role at, I think it's Mobland on Paramount, and yesterday. And I thought, wow, what the fuck? If Tom Hardy is getting sacked out of his job of 2 seasons, being the motherfucking badass he is, the brilliant actor he is, the credibility in the field that he has, well, I was about to say my name. It's, darling, honey, that it means nobody is safe. Absolutely fucking nobody is safe. So through this episode, I'm trying to keep it short, but I'm really excited because it validated me. It validated me absolutely 100%. Sorry, Tom, but I needed to hear that in order to feel a little bit better about my own sacking 2 months ago. But the thing is, Tom has lots of lawyers and stuff like that, people who takes care of his career. But you and me, we are regular folks. And especially women, I'm not excluding men at all, but especially women, we are more vulnerable to predators. We see a guy talking fluent labor law and on Instagram, on YouTube, 30 seconds, and he's promising you the world, the sky and heavens, and that's bullshit. The guy has thousands of followers. He doesn't even check his DM himself. He's probably married with 300 children. Don't reach out. Instead, pay attention to what I learned throughout this 5 months right now, this point, period of working for a multinational company. Huge, but also from different culture than mine. Different country as well. So what happened was, you have to learn. If you're a woman at any age, and a man as well, let's talk about both. Let's not exclude anyone. But if a woman or a man, and you're in a vulnerable situation, you can't afford a lawyer, but you need to defend yourself. You need to fend for yourself. You need to start advocating for rights. You don't know where to start. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. If it serves you, it's fine. If it doesn't, it's not my problem. It's your problem. You figure out another better way. So this episode is about what I call the radioactive boundary, which means I gave myself, my brilliant brain, told me once, you are radioactive. Because wherever you go, people either fire you, or they hate you, or they bully you, or they isolate and ostracize you. And it's because you have boundaries. So I'm not gonna bend over and get fucked by a corporate gaslighting. I'm not gonna compromise for anything, a salary or whatever. You do what you gotta do to survive, right? So that's what I did. The first thing is you need to outsmart them in their own game. So I have been using AI throughout this whole period. And it's been completely, absolutely fucking my savior. It was not Jesus. It was AI. And it was Google AI, which is in my phone, it comes out of AI Studios. I started creating, explaining situations, and it was like you need to create a digital print of everything that happens. So as soon as you finish a meeting or a chat with anyone, especially in HR, you send a follow-up message on writing, detail everything you have spoken about. And that creates a digital footprint that you can just take a screenshot if it's the case of, she's lying or he's lying. No, I have proof. It's here. You said that. You agreed with that. It's your words, not mine. So that's the beginning of it. If it gets to the point where you get sacked like I did and termed it, I don't believe he needs screenshots to prove anything. But I did. So I started to write everything. That's not AI. It was just me. I started buying notebooks, and I wrote about 3 of them in Italian. And whenever they ask me about if I was journaling, that's not okay to be journaling at work. So AI told me to make it look like a list, a bullet list, like sequence. I used to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I used to do errors. I used to do everything, but mostly numbers. Make it look like you're doing a list about anything. But in reality, I was writing about what's going on a daily basis. And I have about 3 notebooks. The best one, if you're going to do this, it's not a small one. I hate small notebooks. They're very uncomfortable. But pick a big one, neutral color, preferably black. But the ones that you can remove the pages from. If you can't speak another language, I'm really sorry for you, because I speak about 4, and it's extremely necessary. And you can't be on the phone all the time. So you can't spend the whole day taking notes on your phone. That's ridiculous. If you use the company's computer, they're going to trace it down like fucking hell. So paper is safe. And that's what I did, because I'm smart. I'm a smart woman. I put it on paper. I have got 3 notebooks filled with information that only I could have got, because I was there for 3 months. So you need to create a digital trail and also a paper trail. I don't believe I'll ever use that. It became toxic to me, so I don't even go nearby them, because it reminds me of so many things. But the thing is, you need proof. You need documentation. You need videos. I have videos. I have screenshots. I have photos. I have, like I said, documented paper. You need to cover your fucking ass. Start it now. If you still have a job. If you don't have a job, next job, you do that. Be smart. Don't be stupid. This is gold advice. So this was my way of covering up for myself, for advocating for myself. Because I was bullied, I was harassed. It was 90%, I worked with 99% of men. And they were shaming me, and publicly I was bullied by other women, and it was isolating. They isolate me, they ostracize me, they exclude from things. Because simply I was too smart, too intelligent. I I outgrown my own boss. And my high intellect just is threatening. Your high intellect is threatening to people who feel insecure about their own. If you're a woman, it's even harder for a man, a senior manager, to realize that you as a foreigner, not a non-native English speaker, can speak English way better than they did. And often they will look at me like I was a fucking alien, like I had some fucking pig on my face. And they would ask, what are you talking about? And, well, that's just the basics of what were happening. The next thing is about lawyers. When you have to deal with lawyers, you have to do exactly what I tell you. Do not fall for the trap of phone calls and WhatsApp messages or anything you can't download in PDF. Because if you have to use screenshots against a law firm, you're fucked. Trust me, they'll find a way to say it was edited, it was altered. Any company will say that. And you have to spend the fucking rest of your days validating the fucking things. And you have to pay for that. So refuse any further, if the initial communication is on WhatsApp or whatever, on a phone call, it's fine. But require always recorded meetings on Zoom or Meet or whatever the fuck you use. But make sure you have a copy of those meetings, like record the screen yourself. Don't expect them to give me a fucking copy, you stupid. You record your own screen during these meetings. And email. Email is absolutely the norm. I had to block my firm. They fired me a week ago. They fired me because of the complexity of my case. And because I was my radioactive boundaries, like I want this protocol in 48 hours. I want this in 24 hours. I want this and that. I want this and that. I was demanding them to function highly, effectively, and they're not used to that. Law firms in general are used to make you wait until you fucking die. You have to understand that they don't give a shit about your case. If there is an easier case for them to handle with less trouble, and someone who's really not demanding, they'll put you on a limbo for fucking 15 years. You keep that in mind, sweetheart. You trust a lawyer to do your case, to handle your case. You trust him with your life. And that's fucking precious. So be sure to be in control of that. Always, all the time. Always ask what's going on and what's the protocol of the service, help desk, service desk, front desk. Always demand the protocol of the person who is responding to you. So that's what I did, and that's why they fired me. Because they were not competent enough to accept that I have boundaries. And they labeled me difficult. And obviously, I'm really hard to manipulate. So they saw that. And they basically thought, this is too much for us. We're going to fire her. They used basically my mental illness diagnosis to say that I was harming the case. Obviously, I'm going to sue the fuck out of them, but just now. I'm too tired I just got my IUD and I'm bleeding like hell. And I just got the pump of adrenaline to do this episode. I'm agitated, I'm walking up and down, and I just feel like I have to put this out there. So people, but women must learn how to take care of themselves. And at the same time, if something like this happens to you, like Tom got his ass covered for the rest of his life, it's just a job. I'm pretty sure it's important to him, but soon he's gonna find another one. You know, he's the son of who he is. He's built his career. He's fucking competing jiu-jitsu to help children. He's fucking amazing. He doesn't really need this. It's a job, but for me, it's survival. It's food on a table. It's clothes on for the winter, and it's bills paid, it's rent paid. It's just, you need to take care of yourself, honey. You need to take care of yourself. You need to cover up your tracks. You need to be smart. You need to outsmart corporate gaslighting in any instance and from any place. Doesn't matter if it's your company or a law firm or a hospital, for example. So what I did to my lawyers was I blocked them on WhatsApp and demanded them to, if they're not continue with my labor lawsuit, they must continue with my benefits, social benefits, unemployment benefit that my country provides. So they now playing dumb, saying they don't know anything about it. It doesn't matter. I have proof that they are obligated to do it, and I'll update you later. But that's covered. I'm not worried about that. They're cornered. I cornered them. And they're pretty much fucked with me, because if they don't, I'll make a complaint at the lawyers board, and they have to answer for that. So I'm pretty much happy about this outcome. But you have to learn how to corner these people. You have to understand, to create ways. You have to be smart. Use your fucking brains. You have to be smart, and you have to cover yourself. That's what I keep telling you. Because nobody's going to take care of you. Just you. There's only you. No fucking Jesus is going to come to save you from these people. Alright? I never heard of Jesus being nobody's lawyers. And to be honest with you, it's not about much work. It's about being intelligent and smart. And you have to be a little bit of tricky. You have to learn your ways. You haven't watched Tony Soprano? What the fuck? You haven't watched Peaky Blinders? I mean, really, you gotta upgrade your TV shows, because that's brilliant commerce manipulation and some, isn't it? Which is worth watching. So basically, and Killiam, of course, sorry Killiam, I love you so much. The next thing is I talked about corporate covering your tracks, lawyers covering your tracks, emails, recorded video calls, not fucking phone calls from anyone, but also hospitals. You feel sick and you're working. You took, I don't know what country you listen to from, probably nowhere. But if you're listening to this and you're admitted I was admitted for 3 days in one hospital and 1 day at another hospital. The first hospital was a struggle because it was the first one that fully investigated my paresthesia. It's a numbness in your legs, in your limbs. Yes, limbs. And also accompanied sometimes with tingling feet and hands. In my case, it's oscillating between legs and upper arms, but mostly 99% of the time is in my legs, sometimes in my abdomen, and it's spreading up to the back. So I feel a horrible back ache, pain, and there is no fucking pill that can make it go away because it's neurological. They just know what neurological disease it is, so they just don't know. And to be honest, what I think is when you go against corporate institutions, you must know what you say. First of all, keep your fucking cool. Don't be shouting and yelling at anyone and be emotional and desperate. They can call you bluff immediately and call you just hysterical. Oh, you're just another hysterical little girl, which I fucking hate. So, when you're using AI, if you need a master prompt, I can get you one. When I publish this, I'll probably post the master prompt that I use. You explain to it everything you're going through, and it's going to suggest improvements, suggestions, and additions. I'm not going to go into that. But when you actually go against institutions, you got to keep it cool, collected, professional, direct, objective, and please pay attention. Ask for it to quote and rate every single law article regarding that situation, that problem specifically. They need to quote the law extensively not to make it look like you know the law, because you don't know fuck all. When it's the law part, I skip because I don't understand. But when there is a law quoted, Article 4, Paragraph 5, they go insane. They go ballistic. They go through the roof because, oh my gosh, she knows about the law. But I know about the law. I know about the law of getting food for my county money. And when I need to do what I have to do to get his food. You understand? So that's the only law I know. And the fact is, the more professional, cool-headed, and objective and professional you sound, especially don't linger. Make it clean, make it short as much as you can. And purely objective. Don't say, oh, they hurt me, they bullied me, they harassed me. Oh, I'm in pain. Fuck you. I don't care. Let's keep it straight to the facts. Legally, what did they do to you? Legally, what did they do to you? What do they owe you legally? So what's the point? What do they owe you legally? And what laws are they breaking by not doing what they are supposed to do? So that's it. And you be ready. Because I spent, oh God, this is going to take a long time. I've sent extrajudicial notifications for everybody. I was just throwing extra notification, judicial notification, right, left, and center, until I got what I wanted, which was my name out of the negative credit system in under a month. It was there for 2 years. I didn't even know I had a debt in the system because it was hidden. I was not notified. And they kept telling me if I didn't pay the debts that I owed, and plus one, which was a fucking YouTube MBA they were making me watch. I refused to do it. I dropped it out. So they wanted me to pay for that shit. I would never pay for it until they negotiated down to less than 50%. And I negotiated with them. It was my former online university, which is shitty as hell. But yes, I got my name cleared through extrajudicial notifications in under a month. For the hospital I was admitted to, they wanted me to wait 21 days because I thought my lawyers were going through with the labor suit. I rushed them. I told them that actually is illegal. And in the country where I live. So I gave them, first of all, 40 hours, I think 24, 40 hours, 80 hours. They didn't show up. They didn't respond. And then it was simply a notification letter. They said I needed to fill up a form. I did. And then 2 or 3 days later, I sent them an extra notification, judicial notification, sending, that's the importance of keeping track of things. Because before I sent hits in the form, I would have lost everything. But before I sent hits in the form, I took a screenshot of everything as is in my computer and saved it on Paint. Paint, like from 2002, I don't know, 99. So I had a PDF with all the prints from filling up the form that they requested. And there was no reason for them to delay or retain my documents. Well, honey, this was within 11 days. I had 58 fucking pages on my PDF, on my WhatsApp. I figure out why they didn't want to do it. It's because it was all paper and they had to scan everything. That's why they were mad. But I made them do it with an extra judicial notification. This is hard for me to say. My tongue, I have stomatitis and my tongue is pretty much fucked. It's inflamed for 3 months. And after this, I'm gonna just have water. So basically, what I did against this, and also there's the psychologist. I didn't send him any. I scheduled 11 sessions because I still have the company's health plan, but I don't know when they're gonna cut it off. So one day in April, at the end of April, I scheduled 11 sessions, like one after the other, with 2 days of difference between one and the other one. And what I did was, he showed up on my first session on Meet. And I cried. I was relieved that I had someone to talk to for the first time in 6 years. And I saw that as relative long-term treatment. And then I said, I have major depression issues, and I said, today I did the dishes. And he looked at me and he laughed and he said, how long have you been a procrastinator? And I was like, I've never been a procrastinator in my whole life. I'm depressed. This was a major accomplishment. The fact that the dishes were sitting here for days doesn't make me a procrastinator. It just means I didn't have the strength or the energy or a boost of adrenaline to make me do it. And I asked him for a document saying that Benny, my cat, is my emotional support animal. He freaked out. He completely shut down and stopped seeing me. So I didn't do anything. I quietly let it go for about an hour. And then I went full-on lawyer. I am my own fucking lawyer. I'm not hiring anyone from now on. Unless he comes to me. Or that or she. Women hate me. But, it could be anyway. I'm not really being picky. I'm not in a position of being picky, but I'm just saying women usually have horrendous reaction towards me. And I'm tired of that. I don't have to put up with anyone's bullshit. And yes, I went calmly and quietly. Made a video of everything. Because I'm not about to go screenshotting shit. I just make a screen recording. I record the screen, put it on YouTube, and send the link. That's the most useful tip you've ever heard in your fucking life. So make it as an unlisted, you idiot, and then you send the link. To everything you're going through that requires screenshot, it's a lot more credible because they can see your whole screen scrolling down and up, and they can see there is no editing. So recording your screen is 100% more effective than screenshotting every fucking thing and then having to validate it and pay for it. So, verify it. So, I made a complaint against him at his ethical committee. And in less than an hour, I got an answer saying that my complaint was being sending forward to evaluation. Usually, these people don't take anyone seriously because they are frantically trying to prove a point that they were mistreated. They are the victims. They are the poor, selfless, helpless target in this from this person, this monster, this evil person. Stop it. Stop it. Be chill, cool down. Think coldly and calculated. Be calculated. Just think it through. Have a cold fucking shower. Put your head in the shower with cold shower. Calm the fuck down. And then come back and do your thing. Like I said it, I'm not gonna repeat myself. I hate repeating myself. Do it professionally. Do it well done. Covered by law articles all over. Keep it short. Keep it professional. And that's how you're going to learn how to fend for yourself. That's why I'm radioactive everywhere I go. I push people away because I have boundaries. But my boundaries taught me how to smart corporate gaslighting and unreasonable, how do they call that? Waiting periods, deadlines, demand protocols, record meetings, refuse to talk to on WhatsApp. If you have to, on the first times, make record your screen, put it on YouTube as unlisted, download it, or just send it in the link. It's gonna be there forever. Anyway, I'm just tired, and I hope this was useful. And I hope, honestly, today is Sunday. I don't think Tom Hardy is thinking about his lost job right now. I think he's having a lot of fun, just hanging out with his family, his dogs. And that's how life is. You lose one. I think that's what Alfie would say. You lose one. There's a million others out there. Go and get it.